Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. So, oh man, it's kind of echoey in here. So, this week's call is about a 60-day goal push. So, usually we make them 90 days, but obviously a month's gone by. And I think I really wanted to make this one because I have really tried to hold myself accountable for this first month, that I think it's really great for everyone to kind of have some really good goals within the months of November and December. And I think that these goals people should make these goals, whether you're working on building a business or it's just kind of personal development, kind of lifestyle. What do I need to focus on over these months in general? And I kind of say that for me personally, because I know that during these 2 months, it has been previous years, it has been rough for me. One, just because of the change of the weather and those type of things. Two, the motivation is lacking there from not only, obviously myself previously, but from other individuals too, because there are things that come up that people might say that it's like, oh, it's holiday season, go ahead and have that. Oh my gosh, like go ahead and treat yourself, like it's cookies and those type of things during Thanksgiving time, especially during Christmas time. Like people tend to exchange cookies and those type of things, and there's parties and there's whatnots that go around, and it can really suck you in. And then so once it starts, it kind of has that, I say to myself, before I used to have that like snowball effect feeling, that it used to be like, okay, so the weather is gloomier, it's darker when I go to work, it's darker when I come home, it's raining out, so I really want to just sit on the couch and do nothing and cuddle up and with a blanket and watch TV. There are other things where it's like, okay, there's this party that I'm gonna go to, so there's drinking, there's food, lots of buffet type stuff, there's the sweets, there's all of that. Plus then it's kind of like the clothes that you wear, there's scarves, there's sweaters, there's boots, there's leggings, there's sweats and sweatshirts, and there's no reason to go out into shorts and a tank top or a swimsuit. So really, you're just completely covered up anyways. But I think all of that then coming together just would bring a hindrance on your motivation and those type of things of just being a positive, happy person and working out. That helps with that can really start to go downhill within these next 2 months, really. And it's kind of crazy to think about. October, November, December can really do that and put a stop on the progress that you've made in all of the rest of the year that you've been working your butt off for. And it can happen because I used to do it like all the time. This year, it's not going to happen. These 2 months really can hit you hard if you just let that snowball effect kind of happen to you. So when you're looking at 90-day or 60-day goals, I like to think of it as not only just working out kind of thing, or business building wise too, although I'm going to talk about both ends of it, because I feel like because we're in this business building beach body, we obviously need to have those goals in it. But I feel like if you personally are doing well, those business building ones are going to come that much easier. But if you're not doing well, this business building goals might as well be like thrown out the window, because it's not going to get done, or it's not going to get done well, because you don't have that personal side going for you too. So I think that I'd really like for all of us to kind of just more focus on that personal goals of what do we want to see from ourselves, more so than the business building ones. Because when people see that you are still being consistent, you are still being motivating, you are still getting your workouts done, you are being positive and productive, those business building goals will just fall into place. Especially once January comes. So when we're first looking at, oh my gosh, there's a hair driving me crazy. When we're first looking at these 60-day push goals, number one that I want for us to focus on is, oh my God, sorry, I've got a hair, it's driving me crazy. Number one is, what are we going to be doing personal development wise? What are you going to be reading? What are your podcast time? When is that going to fit in? So what I do is, while I'm driving to home visits, because I'm literally like in my car all the time, is I'm checking in with a national wake-up call. Like that is what I'm going to be doing. I need to be checking in with a national wake-up call at the beginning of the week. What is that? Listening to it while I'm in my car. Then after that, for me personally, I'll show you what it looks like. I really like, which I'm really behind, so that's why I'm making it a goal. Really like the podcast, Earn Your Happy podcast. They're short, they're simple, but they're really effective. They're to the point, and it's really informational. Plus, the guests that she has come on are straight and to the point too. There's either 30-minute ones or there's quick 10-minute ones. So really, there's no reason not to get in a quick 10-minute one at least once a day. The other thing too is to make sure that you're scheduling that out. So what I've been doing, like I said, is at the beginning of the week, I make sure to check in with the National Wake Up Call. And then from the rest of the drive time that I have is I listen to other type of podcasts. And then what I'm also doing is 30 minutes when I'm going to bed, instead of scrolling through my Pinterest, which is what I have been doing, I'm going to be doing my reading and finishing up You Are a Badass. The next book that I'm going to be doing within these next 2 months is Girl Code. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and there's 2 of them, I think there is, maybe 2 or 3 of the Girl Code books that I'm going to be doing next. So making a plan as to what your personal development is going to be, just because it is known that during these next 2 months, because of the weather change, because of all those other type of factors that come in, and holidays and families, and sometimes people's family factors don't go so well, so it causes even more stress and those type of things on us. During these next 2 months, making sure that that is key. Filling your cup up first before filling up others. Making sure you are happy and positive and productive first, which comes from personal development, is number 1 goal to make sure you are getting done. So if you aren't currently reading a book, find one. Podcast too, which ones are you going to be checking into aside from the National Wake Up Call? Okay, oh my gosh, my foot's falling asleep like this. Hold on. Sorry, guys. No. Okay. The next one that I think is the most important too is going to be your workout, because when you work out, you feel better about yourself in itself. It gives you those good, positive, happy feelings just by killing a workout and getting it done. What program are you going to be doing over these next 2 months? All of our programs are a minimum of a 2-month program. So there's no reason to not know what you are going to be doing for December if you are starting a program in November. Or if, let's say, you've been doing one and you're going to finish in November for that, what is going to be next? What is your next program that you're going to be doing? Set a plan, say what it is, post about it, tell someone, so you can be held accountable that you are going to start that program from start to finish over these next 2 months. Corey and I are both going to be doing Core to Force. So we're going to be starting that from start to finish. And hopefully we get some awesome abs in it. But that's a program that we're going to be doing from start to finish. And I'm really excited about it because I've been publicly saying that that's the program that I'm going to be doing. And plus it's going to be kind of like target group wise as to showing off this new program. This is the results that I got. Everyone should do it because it seems pretty awesome because I like the trainers already. But aside from that, what program are you going to do from start to finish over these next 2 months that are going to help you feel positive and productive over this time? Most of the time, people during these next 2 months gain weight. Why not be the person who is going to show others that should not be the norm? That should not be the norm that people gain up to an average of 15 pounds over these next 2 months. It should be, yeah, you can have the sweets and the treats and those type of things and not feel like you're depriving yourself, but also not have that feeling that you're like, well, I'm going to gain the weight anyways. No, like why waste the progress that you've done all year round over 2 months? Like that's crazy. And there should not be a reason that's like, oh, well, I'll get back at it in January. Why not just stay at it? Stay at it and be consistent. So by doing these 2 programs and committing of what you're going to do, you can show people that should not be the norm. You don't need to wait till January. You can still keep doing it. You can still enjoy yourself at family events, holiday parties, whatever that might be, and still stay consistent with it. Next thing, as far as our push goals, is oh my gosh. As far as your personal push goals, the next part should be nutrition. But my goal as to what I'm going to continue out, and I got it in my calendar, so I know I'm going to hold myself accountable with it. Plus, I've been doing it publicly. So if I kind of just stop, I feel like I'd be just kind of dropping off for people, and I don't want to do that. Is what are you going to be doing nutrition-wise? What are you going to keep up that you've been doing year-round that you need to keep up during these two months so you don't hit into that slump and that snowball effect doesn't come back on you? On Sundays, we go grocery shopping, and on Mondays, we do our meal prepping. I find it easier when we split it up into two, so we're not grocery shopping, coming home, needing to cut up stuff, cook things, those type of things, because for me, that's just too much, because nutrition is the part that I really have to work on. Working out comes easy for me, but the part of the clean eating, the grocery shopping, the cutting it up, the preparing the stuff, those type of things, I really have to focus on. So for me personally, it makes it easier when we split it up into 2 days. So what I've been doing to hold myself accountable with that also is I've been making a post on Mondays, and it's Meal Prep Monday. Whether that's just a quick snap on Instagram with it of a picture, or I'm publicly showing what I've prepped already for the week, or what it is I've made. And that's going to keep me accountable over these next 2 months of making sure that we are staying consistent with the clean eating that we're doing, the grocery shopping that we're doing, and making sure that our meals and stuff and snacks and whatever it might be is prepped on Monday, and we're going to be successful throughout the week. It can be easy to get into the slump of not wanting to make dinner, coming home, not getting your workout done, hanging out on the couch with a blanket, and just kind of lounging around because the weather outside kind of gives people that vibe. But if you're working on your personal development, you're getting your workouts done daily, and you're also making sure that that nutrition piece in there, it's not going to cause that much difference in your life because you've been doing it all year long already. The other part of that is making sure that you're not depriving yourself also. I mean, it can be easy to just be like, oh no, I'm not having that right now. Oh no, I don't want to. But then it kind of gets to the point where it's like, okay, you want to have a small bit of this. You want to have a small bit of that. And then it can start going, oh, nope, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing the grocery shopping. I'm not having the snacks. I'm eating out for lunch. But we have this event, and we start doing that, and we start doing that. And then you start to make that snowball effect on yourself just as easily. So making sure that if you are going to a Christmas party, yeah, go ahead and have that drink, or go ahead and have that piece of cake. Just know that it's not going to affect you because you're going to be right back at it in the morning. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's like that quote. It reminds me every time I kind of have to let myself let go of the reins kind of thing is, you're not going to gain weight with one meal, and you're not going to lose weight with one meal either. It is the process that we've been doing all year long that we just have to make sure that we maintain over the next 2 months. It doesn't mean that just because you had that cookie or just because you had that beer that it's like, oh my gosh, here comes back all of the weight kind of thing. As long as you get back to it and you're not having that like multiple thing kind of pile up onto each other, it's not going to make that big of a deal. So let yourself relax and have fun and enjoy the holidays, but know that you're going to be right back to it the next day. All right. So as far as that personally, make sure you're doing those 3 things. Your personal development. What workout are you going to be doing over these next 2 months? What program are you going to stick to from start to finish? And number 3, the nutrition piece that goes along with what we've been doing throughout the whole entire year, making sure that you're sticking to it over these next 2 months so you can give yourself grace and let loose of the reins when it does come time for those family events or those holiday parties or what it is during this season of the holiday season. And you won't feel guilty about it, and you won't have that weight gain that is so average and normal for everybody. And then when it comes to the business building piece, if you are doing those 3 things and people are seeing it and you're showing up and you're posting about it and you're saying, yeah, it might be this outside, but I feel awesome. I've lost 2 pounds this week, or whatever it might be. Or you're seeing progress in your push-ups, whatever it might be. People are going to notice that come January when they have been giving you the excuses of, well, it's holiday season, or I'm just going to start it for my New Year's resolution. When it comes January, they're going to know who to look to. They're going to know you've been showing up. They know that you're getting results and that you're doing something that works. So they're going to go to you. So come January and February and March, when it is Beachbody's like tripling effect of your business, they're going to know who's been putting in the work and who's been doing something that actually is effective. So they're going to go to you. So not only are these 2 months really important on working on yourself, but they're 2 months that are going to show others when it does come time that people are not going to have those excuses and everyone hits the gym kind of thing that everyone talks about when the New Year's resolution comes. They're going to be going to you because they are going to see you've been putting in the work and you've been getting progress from it, whether that be from personal development, whether that be from your workouts, or whether that be some awesome meal choices that you've been making or cooking or doing that type of stuff. So make a goal on what it is you're going to be hitting Success Club with. How many people are you going to be reaching out to and just even talking to? Because those people that you're even just messaging and doing non-Beachbody messaging and wishing happy holidays and those type of things, they're going to be seeing your posts. They're going to know you're interacting with them and you're building a relationship with them come January when they're ready to not have that excuse of the holiday season. They know you're going to be there and you're already working on those relationships for you. So by having the goal of what you're going to be working on, whether it be every day or whether it be in the week, what do you want to hit? Have those goals of how many non-Beachbody messages you want to get done, along with your friend requests. I think those are just as important to be hitting those. Obviously, we want to be hitting Success Club every month, making sure that you're getting that. And this is a harder time because you're going to get the excuses of, I want to start in January. It's holidays coming up. I don't have money because we're buying gifts. I don't have time because we're going to be out of town. There's going to be multiple type of things in that area because of the holiday season. But if you still stay consistent in checking in with people and getting to know people and building those relationships, when it comes time that those excuses aren't excuses anymore because holiday season's done, people want to get back ready for the summertime body, they're going to be messaging you first because they've been seeing you and been talking to you and building a relationship with you. So as far as the business building side, making sure that you're doing some type of post daily. Whether what I kind of do is I check myself and I say, is that 1 Beachbody post and 1 non-Beachbody post a day, if I can do that. If I can't do that, then I for sure do the Beachbody post. Then, so that's going to be the number 1 goal as far as the business building side is your posts. If you can get a Beachbody post and a non-Beachbody post in a day, that's awesome. If not, get your 1 Beachbody post in for that time. Then maybe switch it up every other day. So if you can only really realistically do one Beachbody post, next day, 1 non-Beachbody post, 1 Beachbody post, 1 non-Beachbody post. The next main goal is the non-Beachbody messages / hey girl messages. Making sure that you're reaching out to people, and I would set a number per week, how many that's going to be for you and what could be realistic, but it should be that you're making those important over these next 2 months. And the next is adding people, friend requests. Those would be the main 3 as far as your business building side over these next 2 months. So overall, making sure that you're basically building relationships over the time. And this time is an easy time to do that because it's the holiday season. Everyone seems more warm and welcoming and wanting to interact and wish everyone happy holidays kind of thing. Then it's going to be easier to kind of message out and start to build those relationships with other people. So to kind of recap on that piece of it, on your personal side, making sure you're keeping you as happy and positive and the best you possibly can be. Personal development, workouts, your nutrition piece done. As far as the business building side, making sure that you are getting your posts out there and you're being public, that you still are doing all three of those things and checking in with yourself all the time. Making sure people know you're taking care of you and you're feeling awesome about it. 2, your Beachbody and Hey Girl messages, making sure you're reaching out to people and letting them know you're thinking of them, or giving them ideas, or wishing them happy holidays kind of thing. And then making sure you're adding more people into your network, meeting new people, and which then would go nicely into your non-Beachbody messages and your Hey Girls. So for our 60-day push goals, those would be the 6 goals of what would be the most important things to work on and focus on over these next 2 months. I would be happy to talk to anybody about those goals and what would be realistic for you guys to be able to reach. And I'll be checking in with all of you just to make sure all of you guys are filling up your own cup before you guys fill up others, because I want to make sure that everyone is feeling positive and productive over these next 2 months and not feeling like they're having that snowball effect or in a little slump with themselves personally, because I know I've been there. So I want to make sure that we all check in with each other. So I hope you guys all have a great Wednesday and have a nice night. Bye.